Welcome to Gutter Trash, the Halloween special part 2. My name is Eric.
I am Jason.
How's it going?
It is nice to be here. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm glad that you feel it's nice to be here. So Halloween is rapidly approaching.
Just a few days away.
Just a few days away. I have no idea when trick-or-treat night is here.
I think it's Tuesday, I think.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm usually not here on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So perfect. So usually I have to, I think I've talked about this before. I don't be here during trick-or-treat night. I usually go and hide somewhere.
Would you hide in like in a dark alley?
No, I spent one entire trick-or-treat night at Mavericks.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, during like our new comic file away night or something?
No.
Yeah.
Because it only lasts till 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But from like 6 till 8, I was hanging out at Mavericks or Gameswap.
I gotcha.
One night, or 1 year, I spent the entire night at a books and company, just flipping through books. Or sometimes I just go to my parents' house, like I will do this Tuesday, and do my laundry.
You can just sit on the roof and, with a air rifle and shoot any kid that wanders up to your door.
Nope. It's far too much interaction.
Could be illegal, too.
And I mean, like if on Tuesday I'm at my parents' house, and it happens to be trick-or-treat night there, too, I'll sit out front and give away candy.
Oh, really?
It's not that I hate it, it's just that I don't buy candy.
Okay.
Nor do I want to give it away if I do buy candy, because I paid for that candy. I should be able to eat it.
But I thought it was the interaction you didn't like.
Well, I don't like interacting either.
No. But you tolerate it.
But I tolerate it when it's not my candy I'm giving away, or my money I'm wasting on these stupid little shits and their terrible costumes. Fuck you, Kmart.
Oh. I haven't been to a Kmart lately. I don't know what kind of costumes they have. But I imagine it's just those plastic masks with a rubber band, right?
Right, and like the weird plastic poncho thing that has the logo of something on it.
I would...
Let's say someone wanted to dress up as Loki. There'd probably be like one of those cheap plastic masks, and then like a poncho that has the Avengers on it.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, because it seems like the costumes would be a little higher class than when we were kids and Kmart just had the rubber band plastic, bank robber mask.
Well, I'm sure if you go to a Foy's or something like that, you might be able to get a regular Loki costume.
Right.
But I'm talking specifically about Kmart.
Kmart, yeah. At least they got Little Caesars.
That's true. Some of them do.
Yeah.
Not all. So, as we do with our Halloween specials, we have a guest.
That's right.
Yeah. And I am proud to say this. She is the co-host of one of the other podcasts on the Gutter Trash Network from the Stupid Sexy podcast. It's Kathleen Coyle.
Co-host! Yay! Hi.
Hello.
So, I never did hammer it out. Are you stupid or sexy for the podcast?
I think we're both stupid and sexy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's equal billing.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, that makes sense. I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Yeah.
But unlike Gutter Trash, where I'm gutter, you're trash.
Yeah. Oh, I thought the reason that you wouldn't have me on Stupid Sexy is because I'm only sexy.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
And we've only done one episode.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
It's too early for guests.
Makes sense.
Yes.
And the entire show is pretty much just about how it's for us to talk about the stuff that you don't know anything about.
So
Or care about, in all fairness.
Yeah.
So if I was a guest, it would sound just like if I wasn't a guest, because I would just be sitting here like, huh?
Possibly.
What's a Twitter?
Indeed. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having
thank
me.
you. It's good to introduce you just as not as something else other than Jason's girlfriend.
Yeah.
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 She's my arm candy.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Like,
I'm I'm the Sixlets of arm candy.
I don't know what that is. Is that a beer?
Sixlets. Nobody knows Sixlets. They're like the shitty M&M.
Oh, you're better than a shitty M&M.
I was trying to think of the worst candy you got in your Halloween bag.
Candy corn.
Oh, candy corn's the shit. Right?
Yeah.
Is there such thing as bad candy?
Yeah.
Bazooka.
Yeah, I always had to get gum.
Yeah.
At least there's a comic in there, though.
Right. And it's always like, I don't know if that's just how they make bazooka gum, but it always tastes like it's been sitting in a warehouse for a decade.
Oh yeah, it's rock hard.
They're like aged in our warehouse for 12 years.
It's like whenever the artist in the 50s drew those comics, that's when they stopped manufacturing.
Like, holy shit, we found a whole warehouse full of this stuff. Oh well, time to sell it. I don't care that it's 1987.
Yeah, I was going to say something about you being introduced as something other than Jason's girlfriend. Much like, when Kelly Sue DeConnick was introduced at a comic convention as Matt Fraction's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his wife.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
That's the Captain Marvel lady?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Written quite a few comics on her own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like every creator was introduced as Matt, Iron Man Fraction, and Kelly Sue, Matt Fraction's wife.
That makes my vagina angry.
Mine too.
It made quite a few people's vaginas angry on the
Yeah.
internet.
Including Matt Fraction's wife's, probably.
Yeah.
What's her name again? Who cares?
Yeah, no one-
It's just Captain Marvel without a penis.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I know, right? I will say,
That was an actual quote from Jason Young, by the way.
I apparently underordered the first issue of Captain Marvel, according to everyone. But I would just like to point out that it's back on track. We're selling exactly the amount that I ordered right now of issue 3 and 4 that I ordered of number 1, because people were like, holy shit! Like, they bought the first 2, because comic fans usually do before they get around to reading them. They're like, he's got no penis! And then they stopped buying it. So I just wanted to justify my,
I understand.
Yeah.
That book will be canceled soon.
I think it's only a 6-issue.
I thought it was ongoing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't-
that unless it's already been canceled by the 6th issue.
Could be.
Well, sometimes they do that too, like Hawken, the book that me and him reviewed recently. The first 4 or 5 issues just say number 1 on our invoice, and number 6 says number 6 of 6 because the sales were bad.
Oh.
So they just turn it into a miniseries at some point when they realize sales are bad.
Oh. Huh.
So maybe that's why they.
Maybe I just misunderstood the letter from the editor in the back of the issue also.
Oh, maybe. I mean, that's not always the case. Maybe it was always a miniseries then.
Either way. If they relaunch it with better art, I might read one.
The art's awesome.
We've already talked about
I
that.
know.
Go listen to the Stupid Sexy Podcast, episode 1. So, happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
I know there's some Halloween heartache in this room today.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever.
yeah, we may or may not talk about it at some point.
I went to the Greene County Children's Services Trunk or Treat Festival last Wednesday. It's where a lot of local businesses set up and one fucking
Kidnap children and put them in
right.
trunks.
one show
It's for
off.
charity, though.
Dude, there's a show off business. They rent a bouncy house. It's a bouncy house castle. And last year they played real music like Thriller and all this stuff. But this year it was all the Kids Bop version
Oh.
of that shitty stuff.
Yeah.
But there were 2 awesome children. You both know I'm not huge fans of children. Babies, fine. Teenagers, fine. In between,
Not so
boring. No, don't like them. Needy. Anyway, there were 2 awesome kids. And one was a kid in a Dalek outfit. Homemade plunger,
Right.
chicken wire. He was amazing.
Is it a political thing?
No.
I'm not sure what the dollar
It's a Doctor Who thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a trash can with a paint roller and a plunger.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And is in every fucking episode of Doctor Who.
Not every.
No,
Most.
but it seems like it.
Yeah.
I hate the dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember in the movie Sid and Nancy when Johnny Rotten was on the couch going, "Exterminate,"
Oh, yeah.
that he was imitating a dog?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I have Sid and Nancy right now. Let's go watch it.
Yeah. That's
a horror movie.
It's a spooky. Yeah. Anything with Courtney Love in it. It's just a horror movie.
The horrors of Courtney Love and heroin.
Right.
What was the other kid?
The other kid was he was maybe 8. I'm a bad judge, but he was tiny enough, Pretty sure he didn't have an adult with him. Dressed up like a werewolf in jeans rolled up to be floods, a red plaid flannel shirt, and a Wolfman mask, and no shoes.
Was this Matt Brassfield?
I knew it was a tiny child, and he was awesome.
Was it Josh Weinberg?
They both can shrink.
Really?
But he didn't have, wolf feet? He
had bare feet.
Okay.
And, he just walked, he trudged up to every car and held his bag out, and he didn't really look up. It was business for this kid. He's like, I'm here for some candy.
Yeah.
But, the no shoes. And you drop the candy in the bag and be like, thanks. And then you move on to the next one. But I could just picture him. This is Xenia, right?
All
I
right.
could just picture him being at home going, I'm going trick-or-treating. And Mom's like, be home before midnight, and put your shoes on. I'm not putting my shoes on, Mom. And he runs out to go trick-or-treating.
Well, maybe he's thinking, he's seen werewolf movies and they never have shoes on.
I really like my story better.
Well, he was expecting, his, I put the mask on, maybe the rest of me will just turn into a werewolf.
That kid was awesome.
Leaning more towards the white trash angle. Probably doesn't wear shoes on a normal basis anyway.
Nah.
Yeah.
And it was not, it was alright temperature last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday was 80 degrees.
Not at 6 and 7 at night, though. It's gone down to the 60s, maybe.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyway.
All I know is too warm.
Yes, for October.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yes.
Well, I'm glad you got that experience.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So, we watched a movie.
Yeah, we did.
A Halloween movie.
Yeah. And much like the previous episode where Matt Brassfield picked his own, we had our guest today pick her own.
Uh-huh.
And she chose a little movie from the 80s called The Gate.
Yeah.
What year was this one? Do you
87.
remember? 87.
And this now makes the third thing that we have reviewed involving records being played backwards and horrible things happening.
In the last 6 months.
In the last 2 months.
That is true. That is true. If I've learned anything from doing this podcast, it's never play a record backwards.
Yep. Because, the movie we watched with Brassfield on our first Halloween special was Trick or Treat, which features records being played backwards and heavy metal and demons and whatever.
Skippy.
And Skippy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the peanut butter.
Nope.
Aren't you glad I didn't pick Poltergeist, though? Right? I was going to pick Poltergeist because Eric's never seen it.
Right.
And then Jason opened his mouth. So then I picked The Gate.
Yeah, because neither one of us had ever seen The Gate.
Nope. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, seeing commercials for it and really wanting to see it. Because, I'm a little kid that loved horror movies. And just obviously never got the opportunity and just, somewhere in the, spanning 20-some years, completely forgot that it existed. Right?
I shouldn't have said, you open your mouth, but he said that he's watched Poltergeist several times recently, so then I punished you guys, is what I meant by that, by making you watch The Gate instead.
Well,
spoiler, not a punishment. Kinda really dug this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think you would like it.
Oh, I kinda loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think this accomplished everything that Trick or Treat wanted to, but didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. Cool. I'm somewhere in the middle. I didn't hate it. Definitely did not love it. I think if I would have seen it when I was a kid, because I think this movie is clearly made with a 6 to 10-year-old audience in mind. I would have probably had a huge nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
And would have probably really dug it. Because it has like almost like a Goonies or something feel to it.
A little darker.
A little, yeah.
But it also has like kind of a Goosebumps feel to it, I think. Just kind of like
I don't know what
cheesy kids horror kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean I got bored, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will give you this. The first half of the movie is very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think once it starts getting going, I think from that point on, like, it completely reversed itself.
It's a pretty good like roller coaster ride because I mean all kinds of weird stuff happens. I mean, because basically it's. Do you want to tell the synopsis of the movie?
So tiny electronic cigarette salesman and Deacon Frost discovers a hole in his backyard, and he and his nerdy friend basically completely by accident summon demons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and like while their parents are, it's kind of like one of those '80s. There was a very common like, I don't know, theme in like '80s TV shows. Like you'd always see like the parents go away for the weekend and they trash the house and they have to like fix it by the time the parents get back.
Absolutely.
Like like weird science and all these I don't know other things, but yeah, so it had that going too.
Well, I think this movie has a lot of things that were common in '80s movies. Such as the parents go away and the house gets trashed. We got the heavy metal aspect and the backwards records,
right?
The annoying friends,
the annoying friends, the nerd friend.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those clothes and hairstyles may have been a little '80s too. Do you think?
A little bit, yeah.
Next year, I think I'm going to go as one of the Lee sisters for Halloween.
The one with the really tall bangs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then this movie also has tiny demonic creatures that a ton of movies had. In
like
the
ghoulies and all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah.
Munchies, critters, yeah. Ghoulies, which I have seen recently. I think I talked about it on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. I haven't
This was
seen.
much better than Ghoulies.
Yeah. I haven't seen Ghoulies since I was a kid,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think my key thing is like I needed to have seen this when I was younger to still appreciate it as much today. Or there needed to be like some little kids in the room getting scared. Like if I had like a nephew or a niece or something that was here and like they were watching it and getting like screams and jumps, I think I would have loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it needed any of that at all. I think it was perfectly fine on its own. As a 34-year-old dude living in the year 2012.
Really?
Like, I mean, it's not scary at all. But,
No.
I've never really found horror movies to be that scary anyway. But, like, I thought the humor aspects of it worked. The characters weren't unlikable at all. At least the ones who were supposed to be likable.
Except for when they issue verbal hate crimes.
Well, yeah. I'm perfectly okay with that, too.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was so
And that
unexpected.
guy kind of deserved it. Yeah, no.
Exactly.
I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah.
At all.
And I thought the special effects were really great.
You know what? I was shocked at how well they held up,
Yep.
honestly.
Yeah, the special effects were pretty
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've seen much worse.
good. Oh, yeah.
Previous movie we
Yeah,
watched.
yeah, this did have really good special effects.
I mean, that one had a demon in it that showed up for 20 seconds and covered in shadow, and
Right.
it still looked bad.
Yeah.
And here we have hundreds of tiny demons, and then one gigantic one that we see clearly a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah.
They did a good job with the demons. I'll agree with that. Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I just, didn't like it as much as you guys did.
I just love Terry. Love Terry. Terry's awesome.
Anybody with a Masters Universe t-shirt and the Venom back patch in his jacket is fine with me.
Nice.
It is a pretty narrow cross section.
Yeah.
It's that kid and Matt Brasser.
And Kurt Dens, maybe.
Also, yeah.
Kurt Dens is awesome. I tweeted a picture of my unfinished toy shelf today, and like it was from 5 feet back of the entire. So it's not a detailed shot. And immediately Kurt's like, "Is that a gremlin or is that from She-Ra? Top shelf, middle." It's like, nice, nice eye.
Which one was it?
It was Cowl from She-Ra.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is. I never played with the girls' toys when I was a kid. So I guess some dudes did. Who knew?
Good job, Jason. Good job.
Kurt might need some salve for that burn.
Way to rip apart a man from 3 states away.
Oh, he's a fine fellow. He just happens to like girl stuff. There were some other cool like pop culture references. I saw. We both like looked at each other when we saw the Alien Legion poster.
Yeah.
And I saw a Frank Miller Daredevil poster.
Oh, I did not.
Ooh.
It was right next to his broken window. Like you only saw it like kind of one shot. I just remember seeing the actual poster when I was younger. I'm pretty sure it's a Frank Miller one.
What was it of?
It's like the word Daredevil kind of starts in the top left and kind of is like a broken glass kind of effect that kind of diagonal goes down the poster, and it's like an overhead shot of Daredevil like swinging upwards at you, and like a darkened city in the background.
Nice.
But yeah, I was like, whoa! But you only saw it for like a second when they were like zooming in towards the window.
Yeah, missed that one.
There's a lot of a lot of comics were like laying around on the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that? What's that?
Yeah, I never really got a clear shot of what the names were. Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool.
Eh,
Yeah.
Nerdy references about.
awesome. And I just like the album because everything I learned about Satan, I learned from record albums,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The band Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
With a Y.
Yeah.
Of course it has a Y.
What was his denim vest patch? Oh, Killer Dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid's room was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It totally was.
It was way more awesome than Skippy from Trick or Treat.
Yeah. Yeah, this kid at like half his age was already way more metal.
Seriously.
He did have a Cramps sticker on his drum set, which was pretty cool.
And like you said, the Venom patch, and just all his posters were way more metal than Skippy's posters.
Yeah, Skippy had like 1,000 Kiss posters.
Right.
Although this kid, like, he had like Iron Maiden, and then above it there'd be like, it almost looked like a Wham or something. It was like, that's a odd combo. He like Swam and
I
Venom.
actually listened to both of those bands when I was that age, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I loved the fact that he has a drum kit in his room, and behind it is just a plain blanket that in like red crayon is the word metal.
Wow. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. He's like, what's the most metal thing I can write on this blanket? I guess metal. I don't know how to spell Slayer, so I guess metal.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was a fun movie.
Yeah. I mean, there were bad parts.
Oh, yeah.
And bad acting and all that. And, it's, I was kind of looking up this movie a little bit while we were watching it. And the lead actor of this movie is the only one who ever went on to do anything else.
The little kid?
Yeah.
What did he do?
A bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Sofia Coppola's last movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's Stephen Dorff. He played Deacon Frost in the first Blade movie. The bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Was he wasn't in SLC Punk, was he?
No, I don't think so.
Something with initials that start with an S.
SFW?
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
I think that's him.
The one that has like Gwar in it for like a second.
I think so. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. I think he is in that. Yeah, and he's been in some arty movies and some really shitty movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has done a ton.
Wow.
And currently, he is now a electronic cigarette spokesperson.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering what you guys were talking about with the cigarettes.
Yeah, like I saw a commercial the other day. It's him. It's an electronic brand of cigarettes called Blue.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he's smoking it like through the entire commercial, talking about how it's a weird commercial because it basically says "fuck you, people."
It kind of does.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna smoke. Fuck off. And then he like takes a drag off of this electronic cigarette and it lights up and it's blue and.
Huh. Yeah, because I've seen people who are trying to not smoke use those. Like, like one of the teachers at the studio I work at, she has blue, electric blue.
My job has offered to buy one for all of us that smoke.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oops, forgot to tell you that.
Yeah. You should totally do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
My coworker that I carpool with for a while, he was using them for quite a bit, and then he switched back to regular cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. But I think it's mostly just because he couldn't afford to keep behind the electronic ones.
Yeah.
Huh. So you have to like buy a cartridge like every so often?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I think like one cartridge equals like 15 cigarettes or something like that, or
No, I think it's a little more than that.
okay,
Yeah. And I think it depends on the brand of e-cigarette you buy.
right,
So.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So let's all take up electronic smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the kid from the gate told us to.
That's right. Oh, I thought the girl, the sister, Al, was in something in like a sitcom, like a pretty popular sitcom.
I was looking and I didn't recognize anything
Okay.
else that she'd been in. Like one of the Lee sisters has gone on and done quite a bit of stuff.
I thought, is it the one with not the shark bangs? Because she looked really familiar.
Yeah, I don't remember which one exactly it was.
I
Lisa Lee.
And
The character.
yeah, I didn't recognize anybody from this movie.
Right, yeah. Well, it's weird because, hey, here's a small problem that I have with this movie. I guess it's not a terrible problem, but the character, Stephen Dorff's character, Glenn, throughout the movie, he acts like he's like 10 years old, something
Right.
like that. He was like 15 when he made this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
I thought they said he was 11 at some point, though.
Okay,
I
fair.
thought. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
got
know
the
she was
impression.
15.
Right.
So,
So yeah, he
Yeah.
looked way younger than his sister.
he
does,
has
yeah.
the Machio syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah, he is, like, as an actor now, whenever I see him, like, he's balding now.
Right.
But, I've always thought that he just sort of looked the same age for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he's been, at least to me, visible in a lot of stuff for like 20 years.
Uh-huh.
It's just like, I wonder how old that guy really is.
Right.
But he's not that much older than any of us.
Huh.
Yeah. So what about that scene where that guy is carrying around a dead dog for like 20 minutes?
Yeah. There's that too.
That was a little off-putting.
Yeah, it was.
He's driving around with his dead dog in his car, looking for a
Talking
place.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like camera shots of the
Of the
dead
dog,
dog's
yeah.
face during the drive. And it's like that scene in Batman where he's trying to get rid of a bomb. I'm like, he didn't have a costume and it was a dead dog instead of a bomb. I speak, of course, of the only good Batman movie.
Right.
The 1969 one or whatever it was.
66.
66.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was weird. And also, a little weird that the dog comes back to life at the end, spoiler. Because he died before any of the weird stuff was going on.
No, they levitated first.
Well, they levitated, but then he died that night.
Yeah, but it could have been demonic influence.
Yeah.
I think it was demonic influence.
But he was actually dead, though. Whereas
True.
the other human sacrifices that happen later in the movie
Or like undead.
Right. Well, not even that, but like, they just capture them whole and like suck them into the gate.
Right.
And so at the end of the movie when they save the day, spoiler.
You see, you're supposed to say spoiler before you do the spoiler.
That's the joke.
It's from 1987.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we would have been upset if we had known spoilers like
see?
Whatever. But yeah, so like at the end of the movie, and then like all the people who have been sucked into the gate come out of the closet. The dog is there. And it's like, well, the dog was actually like we saw the body dead.
Right.
That I don't know that was a sticky point for me.
But wouldn't that have like just kind of left you for the rest of the day with like this horrible feeling having watched the dog die, even if it was in fiction?
The dog was already dead.
Well, but I mean, you're like, oh, he's back to life, and then you just get happy for the rest of the day.
I'm siding with Jason on this one.
That would have put me in a weird mood.
Yeah, I think it goes back to your theory that this was secretly aimed at 10 to 13-year-olds who wanted to sneak and watch horror movies.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was rated R, wasn't it?
I think it was rated R.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Was it? I mean, there was no F words. Well, I mean, there was that one F word, but there was no boobs or blood. Not that much blood.
There wasn't that much blood, but I don't know that PG-13... When did PG-13 exist?
It was before this.
Was it?
Yeah. Because Temple of Doom was the first PG-13 movie.
Really?
That was in 84.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Huh. But his dad's face does fall off.
That's true.
And vomit out egg yolks.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And there's like 16-year-olds drinking beer. That's probably part of it too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't think it should have been rated R.
No.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it was at the time rated R. Because, I think even Gremlins is more disturbing and gory than this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in the 80s they were kind of still figuring out the rating system for a while. Too. Because I wonder if like we didn't watch this because that's not true. I started to say maybe we didn't watch this because it was rated R and we weren't, but we were watching like Beverly Hills Cop, during the same year. So
I'm sure primarily it has to do with. I mean, my mom didn't want to see it, so that's why I didn't see it. Right.
I think I just saw it because it was on HBO all the time.
Right, and I think probably by the time that it came on to HBO, we didn't have it in my house anymore. So. Yeah.
Man, I loved it when I was a kid.
There was always this joke on our school bus where people would be like, "Do you have HBO?" And then like the kid would be like, "Yeah," and like, "Yeah, you have horrible body odor. He just admitted he has horrible body odor." But every time they asked me, I'd be like, "No, I don't," because I didn't have HBO, and like, I always ran another joke for me.
Nice.
Yeah, we didn't have Showtime or any of that stuff.
No. We had HBO. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm alright. We had HBO for a while because my brother promised to pay for it. And when that didn't happen, we stuck around with it for 2 years just because my mom liked it. But I think by like 1987 or so, we stopped having it.
Right.
Yeah.
Your brother was smart, though. He knew she would get hooked there for a little bit.
Probably, yeah.
The gate. Yeah.
Win some, lose some. I hated the last one. You hated this one.
I didn't hate it. I wouldn't say I hated it. It was fun. But, I think I would have loved it at least 100 times more if I'd seen it in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I would have seen this as a kid, I probably would have loved it as a kid. But I think I would have had Thundercat syndrome with it, maybe.
Oh, really?
Because I'm sure this might have been something that, like, would have been built up so much if I'd only seen it like once when I was like 9 or whatever.
Right.
And then seeing it now, it would have been just like, oh, what? So, but that said, completely unseen, and then like zero knowledge of it beforehand. Like I dug it a lot. I mean, it definitely has its problems, but
huge plot hole.
Oh, spoil it.
So I'm gonna spoil it. After the minion attack, Glenn says that the spell book is in the basement, but he had been lying on his bed reading it when the window broke.
that's right.
Continuity.
Maybe he had 2 spell books.
Oh.
Oh.
I tried to look up to see if they actually put out a
Sacrifice?
yeah, they did not.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I think that's something that probably would have happened now instead of back in the 80s.
Right.
The picture on the back of the levitation on the back of the Sacrifice record was awesome. No, can you screenshot that? I'll see if.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. Yeah. The one guy's got that stereotypical black metal face.
Mouth open.
Yeah.
Makeup. Yeah. Even the guy
Hand
that's
gesture.
Yeah.
yeah, the crystal ball. The guy that's in the
I call it raising your goblet of rock. By the way.
you can do
Yeah.
both. Yeah. The guy that's being levitated looked pretty hilarious too. He was just kind of
Did he
laid
kind of
out.
look like a frat guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just, they're like, hey, he's passed out. Take a picture of Mark. We'll use it for the album. Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed in any record that I've ever bought. There's not just a book in it that's about how to raise demons.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember if I ever I know I've had albums that have like nice booklets on them,
Right.
but never about how to raise demons.
Right. The only albums I've ever had that had booklets in them were like, collector's edition CDs, with like, a retrospective about the band or whatever. Never
Dystopia.
anything cool like that. Yeah.
Dystopia always puts a nice color, nice bound booklet in all their records.
Really?
Yeah. They do it up. Doing it for the kids. Yeah. So yeah, fun movie. I'm glad you picked it instead of Poltergeist.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can't say either way, but
Right.
I enjoyed what we did watch.
Awesome.
And Poltergeist continues to remain unseen by me.
Maybe next year.
Maybe. See what happens. If there is a next year.
Right?
Yeah, how much longer we got? Less than 2 months.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not much time.
It's not. There's so many good movies coming out next year.
You mean there would have been?
Right.
Oh,
There's still some good movies coming
Sherlock
out this year.
season 3. Come on.
I wonder if all these studios know that the end of the world is coming and they're just like throwing out all these amazing trailers for movies that they could never actually make. like let's just throw a blast our wad in the trailer. We don't even have to do it. You're like, man, these look better than I could have ever hoped for.
Yeah.
You're like, man, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 looks phenomenal. Too bad that's never going to happen.
Paul Blart's played by De Niro.
Yeah.
Directed by Martin Scorsese.
It's a hard reboot.
Yeah. Oh, that would be
They
great.
really like the concept, they just didn't like the execution.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good times.
So I know that yesterday both of you had some Halloween plans that sadly fell through. Do you guys have any substitute plans or
I don't know.
any way to celebrate coming up? Because you still got some days.
Just like a couple days.
Yeah, but it was the costumery I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
Well, you can go trick or treat, right?
I'm short enough.
Yeah.
I could probably get away with it.
Yeah, you got a full face mask because the nose piercing might give you away as being
True,
older
true.
than a child.
I don't know. I've seen some nose pierced kids.
Magic.
Were they by
players.
my magic cards?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, okay, so I don't know if you really want to get into it or not, but you were supposed to go to a costume party last night.
Yeah.
And fell through. What what was your costume going to be?
Cheshire Cat-ish. But I made a, like, shrug and cowl. And I had some really awesome makeup planned, and it was gonna be scary and creepy and awesome. I only spent, like, I don't know, maybe 36 hours knitting the costume.
Oh.
Nah,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I've still got a pocket watch in that rabbit costume. Maybe next sex roleplay night we could.
Oh, our safety word is drink me.
Which I always think was a poor choice, because that's a phrase that one of us ends up shouting out during every experience anyway. Maybe like get down that hole. No, that wouldn't. No, that probably wouldn't work either. This one makes me bigger. No. There's a taller. We'll think of it better.
Yeah.
How about you? Any Halloween plans for Mr. Schonborn?
Thank you for clarifying that's what you were going to ask about. So I'm not going to tell you about my
safety words.
No.
Just staying away from here on Beggar's Night.
Right. And probably, unless I find out otherwise, recording an episode of Viewmasters on Halloween.
Nice. You don't think Jill will go out dressed up as Superman to hand out candy or something?
I don't know. I guess it depends when Beggar's Night is at his house.
He told me that he doesn't think they get beggars because it's like a cul-de-sac and it's fucking creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever seen his house?
No.
It's a Halloween house without, like, in like August.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's not like a spooky rundown, shack or anything like that, but it is like a dead-end street with really dark woods and no lights.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, it's a nice house. I wasn't trying to be like, yeah, his dilapidated old shed is fucking spooky. No, it's like, yeah, there's no lights. I'm like, you could drive down that street at night and your headlights, it's like, they barely even work.
Wow.
It's so dark.
Like, we went there in the summer at like 9 o'clock, so it was still light out, and it was still like hard to find and get through. And then when we left, of course, at 3 o'clock in the morning, it was like, terrifying.
I'm kind of jealous.
You should go there.
Excellent.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Great. The Great Pumpkin is on Wednesday night.
At 8?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't. Other than watching a couple of horror movies throughout the month of October, I don't do anything for Halloween.
Great Pumpkin's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched that since I was probably 7. Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I can get off work early and come watch it with you.
Ooh.
Because I'll be at work until
On New Funny Book
8:15.
Day?
Yeah. Well,
Nobody buys those.
nobody buys those anymore. Yeah. I'll try to clear out the magic people by 7 o'clock.
That'd be cool.
Because otherwise I'll be there till 20 after 8.
And it's over at 8:30. Yeah.
You can record it.
It's
Nope.
not the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the same.
Nope. I'll never own it. You watch it when it's on. The end.
Right.
It's like watching the World Series the next week or something.
And also, I don't have a DVR, so. Yeah.
VC, huh?
I don't. Can you hook those up to the fancy TV? Because I couldn't figure out how to get it to work.
I don't know.
I don't think you can. I don't think it converts correctly.
Probably doesn't.
You could just use one of Matt Brassfield's handheld video cameras.
There you go.
Tape
Ooh.
the screen.
Camera phone.
There you go.
You have a laptop with a camera on it?
I
You
do.
can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Download a torrent of it.
See, you're ruining the spirit of Halloween.
I don't have the
The
spirit
Great
of Halloween.
Pumpkin would not.
This is what I've been saying for years.
You don't
I don't have the spirit of Halloween. I haven't been trick-or-treating since I was 11 because I got too big. to go trick-or-treating. Like, I was 11 years old, and people were asking me my age when I was trick-or-treating.
Aww.
Thinking that I was like 16 or 17.
What is the cutoff age? Like 13, you think?
I think as long as you can get away with it.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, because I went my
I would
senior
say
year of high school.
11-year-old, still too young or yeah, still young enough to go out.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
So you said you went your senior year. Did you go every year previous?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're a tiny person.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I think if you can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think obvious teenagers should not.
That was kind of upsetting about the trunk or treat, but like you just had to keep in mind that not all of these kids were from families who could afford costumes, but some of them just walked up in their jeans and t-shirts and were like, trick or treat,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on in their lives, so.
That still wouldn't give them make an effort.
Draw some whiskers on, something.
Exactly. Some
Yeah.
face paint.
Yeah.
Smear some mustard all over your eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
And old Johnny out yellow eyes. Yeah, there you go. Here's some sweet tarts, Johnny Yellow Eyes.
The library was giving out books, which I thought was incredible.
It's ballsy.
Right?
Did they get egged afterwards?
No.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've read comics writer Peter David will give away comics.
Nice.
There.
Maybe the library was expecting that levy not to pass, and like, fuck it, we're not going to be able to use them.
Yeah.
They're not up for a live. It's only us.
Well, in Kettering they are.
Oh, they are?
They're either going to close one library or build two more.
Oh, wow.
And do a bunch of renovations. Like, I know a guy that works at one of the libraries here, and he said if you walk from one end of the library to the other, like this time of year, it's like 4 different time zones of temperature. He said like it's like 50 degrees, 80 degrees, 30 degrees, and 50 degrees again. So he's like, we need to fix that. So,
I watch too much Supernatural. That just means there's a ghost.
it's possible. Ghost in a Library.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Where some people might fight and capture ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Listen, do you smell that?
So I think I've mentioned this before as well. My boss, going back to inappropriate Halloween trick-or-treaters.
Right.
Whenever he sees someone who probably shouldn't be trick-or-treating,
Uh-huh.
he has 2 bowls at his door.
Ooh.
One with candy
Uh-huh.
and one with Taco Bell hot sauce.
Nice. I like that.
And they hear it fall into his bag.
Yep.
Right, yeah. He's like, thanks. Yes.
Wow.
That's great.
That's amazing.
I should go the next step and get, X-Lax. Wrap it up or something.
That's just mean.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta draw the line somewhere, I guess.
Wow.
I guess you could get those rolls of Tums or Rolaids that look like they could be lightsabers when you
Sweet tarts.
yeah, sweet tarts, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I miss bottle caps. Do they still make bottle caps?
Oh, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, I've seen them last year for Halloween. GameSwap had them last year for Halloween.
Oh, really?
It was like a sweet tartish candy, but they tasted like cola and root beer and things like that.
And they were shaped like bottle caps?
Yeah, they had the little grooves of a bottle cap.
Never heard of them or seen them.
They were awesome.
I like a root beer flavored candy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would like these. Yeah, cool. Like the character, it was like this green wrapper with this purple bottle cap with eyes and hands.
Yeah.
And he was kind of creepy and weird looking.
What about sprees? Do they still make
I
sprees?
think so.
Probably.
Was a fan of those as well.
Good stuff, yeah.
Never liked the waxed candies with liquid inside of
No,
them.
no.
Those were horrifying.
It seems very
I think I've never had those either.
reminds me of Asian desserts. It just doesn't work. They can do everything else on the planet right. They just can't make desserts.
Yeah, that's a really good call.
The Chinese don't like cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess
we've petered out.
Oh, that was my safety word.
Oh,
That's safety phrase.
there it is.
All right, then.
Are we not taking a break, or are we taking a break? Are we coming back, or are we done?
I think we might be done.
Are we done?
I don't. Do you want to
Did
take
you
a
have
break and come back?
Did you have something to talk about?
I don't.
Do you have other
No.
stuff to talk about?
Just I can't find out where you put the batteries or where the on switch is in my Loki toy.
Oh, it's not a vibrator.
Oh, thanks for nothing, Joe.
You send a man on a quest, and he comes back. Have him to. He does have snap-out blades, though.
He does.
So maybe you could make that work somehow. I don't know.
Whatevs.
But, Joji got her a Loki figure she's been looking for. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Horror movies, studying. No. Did you ever finish watching The Innkeepers?
I did not.
Okay.
I'm going to tonight.
All right.
Yeah. As soon as I get my toy shelf put back together. I might empty out the sitcom closet, too.
Wow.
Yeah. The sitcom closet, did I ever tell you about? I went from a 2-bedroom apartment with one walk-in closet and one huge closet to where I live now, which has one teeny closet and one medium-sized closet. So everything that was in the second bedroom with the second closet was crammed into the larger of the two closets at my new place. I called it the sitcom closet because when you open the door, everything tumbles out of it. Well, when the guys redid my flooring, we didn't take into account that carpet went underneath the closet doors, and they'd have to open that door. And I got home and I was rearranging furniture, putting shit back where it was, and I saw my box of Halloween decorations, and I was like, oh God, they had to get in the sitcom closet. And they came back the next morning, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And they're like, it's not really a big deal, but your space heater hit whatever Bubba on the head and almost took him out. I'm really sorry.
You had a space heater up high in the closet?
It's like Tetris.
Just gotta put it where you can.
Yeah.
That was also one of my safety phrases. Oh, cool.
Is that the new, that's what she said?
No.
I think it should be. Yeah.
Safety phrase.
Yeah, well, I think that's what she said needs to be retired. Yeah. I don't know.
It's a classic.
It is a classic.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
All right.
All right then. So I guess we're done.
Well, happy Halloween, listener.
Happy Halloween! Thanks for putting up with this again.
Yeah. Especially me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the movie choice.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Definitely.
We'll find something to do next year then.
Assuming there is one.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. I don't think we need to say that anymore. I think it's just assumed that if we make it past the 21st of December, we'll continue to do stuff.
Yeah.
And if we don't, then, whatever. It's been a good life.
That's right. Oh, that was very heartfelt. Oh.
It's been a terrible life.
And that's what Halloween's all about.
Yep, terrible stuff.
Sincerity as far as the eye can see. It's from the Great Pumpkin. Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, bye. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.